Hello and welcome to AP Government. I am Mrs. Emily Smith, and I am really excited to share a little bit about our course and the expectations and all the things that are going on in this semester. So to start with, I teach government. It is obviously a hot button issue in the world today. There's a lot of things happening. There's a lot of questions, and the goal that I have is so that I'm like to create a student that is educated enough to form their own opinion, defend their opinion, and know what's going on. And in order to do that, it takes talking about important issues, which is a challenge in this kind of day and age. I strongly believe, as I said in my disclaimer, if you've gotten my newsletter, that my job is not here to provide for them their answers to these tough questions. It's not to create an indoctrinated student by any means. They already have voices. They've been shaped for the last 16 years of their life. My job is to help them just understand what it is they believe because of the experiences and the people that are surrounding them and defend that opinion. And we have a class of 30 students this semester, which I'm very, very excited about. It creates a lot of different types of discussions and opportunities, but it also comes with the challenges that not everyone agrees. And so if we can figure that out in a class of 30, students can apply that in the real world and realize that not everyone is ever going to agree with one another. So we'll talk a lot about the beginning of our country and how it got started and the discourse and the decisions that we had to make in order to start this free nation. We will then talk about the challenges of creating that new type of government structure and what does it look like. And then we will unpack that looking at the Constitution. We'll look at the three branches of government, their interactions. We will look at the civil liberties and civil rights. And then we will also kind of dive into the election process. With it being an election year, I have to sort of redesign and reorganize the way this class typically flows so that students are knowledgeable enough to understand what's happening in the election come November. And I do have one student that will be able to vote, which is pretty exciting in this class. So additionally, this class is an AP course. So that means I'm teaching to an AP test. The test is May 1st at 8 a.m. on Monday morning. It is the very first AP course, an AP class. My job, obviously, in teaching the fall is a little bit more of a challenge because these students, I will not have them in the spring. I will have review sessions. I also have a Schoology group that students will be able to join and access all of our resources that they've had all semester long. So this course is a little bit different than other AP courses. We have 55 multiple choice questions, and that means that the students are given an hour and 20 minutes for those multiple choice questions. A lot of the questions are not rote memorization like it would have been when we were in high school. Instead, it's a lot of application. So taking a direct quote, taking some political cartoons, taking some data, and sort of pulling out key components and applying that knowledge. So we are going to be practicing that a lot. I will talk about how in a second. Additionally, we have 4 open response questions. 3 of them should take about 20 minutes to complete. The 4th one is about a 40-minute argumentative essay. We will practice all 3 types of the 20-minute questions. And then the 4th one, we are spending a lot of time this semester developing arguments and defending our opinions. As far as the course goes, I try to prepare students as much as possible for what they are going to see on the test. So how do I do that? The first thing is we have a textbook, and I actually shared with students that they can purchase it for about $25. And then that means they can write in it as well. If students are interested in doing that, they just have to return my textbook and when theirs comes. If you want a link, just message me and I will send you one. Students are going to end up reading the whole textbook. We kind of chunk it down in different ways. For each chapter, I expect, and I've actually given them feedback on how to take better notes. There's a difference between annotating and note-taking. So with our textbook, I expect them to take notes. They can use them for open note quizzes. They will have one attempt in class to do the best they can, like it's their only attempt. And then I think that there is learning in mistakes so that they give an opportunity to look back at what they've missed and then retake the quiz by 11:59 that night. If students don't choose to do that, it's optional. They don't have to do it. But if they want to better their grade and if they want to understand what they got wrong and most likely won't make that mistake again, the opportunity is there for them. And then we can always discuss during our win times at the end of the day as well. Additionally, sometimes students have to turn in their notes. I want to see that they're taking notes. I want to see how they're taking notes. I've given feedback on how to make their notes better. I've also given feedback on things that I really, really like and things that they're doing really well. Note taking is very challenging, and I don't think that many teachers teach how to do it. But I think that if students learn right now how to be a better note taker, it will help them and be more successful, whatever pathway they choose down the road. So we practice a lot of questions that are multiple choice. We also on our tests do the same thing, same multiple choice kinds of questions, but we also do open response. Those open response questions, because I have 30, I will be giving really good feedback on them so that it makes their writing stronger. And also they know what the readers for the AP test are looking for. There's a lot of method to this madness. There's a lot of legwork. I'm going to be straight up. It's a college level course. I've put a lot of responsibility on these 11th graders. However, my students that do the legwork and understand the process, at the end of this, there's a bigger reward. They usually do really, really well on the AP test. Not all of my students, I can guarantee that, but most of my students have scored 4s and 5s, and if not 3s. And that makes me very proud because it's consistently seeing the work pay off. As far as what we need to do, there are some required readings outside of the textbook. And so any of those required readings outside of the textbook, I have my students do things in class with them. And then I tell them if they just print that paper off, that's what they study from. They never have to do that reading again. The same goes for our 15 required court cases that we have to teach. They will learn a lot more than 15 court cases in my class, but there are 15 that they should know for the test. The curriculum is set by College Board. Obviously, there's a lot of things that we can do in class and have a lot of flexibility for. But my goal is to make sure that they understand all of that content that they're going to be tested on. At the end, with any wiggle room we have, we do sort of a hands-on societal problems project. It has looked very different in many years that I've taught it. And I'm still kind of trying to figure out how it's going to look this year with the election taking place. My goal here is to help them be successful. It is a lot of legwork, as I mentioned, but I want to help them be better students. It's not about a grade. It's about understanding how you learn and the strategies behind your learning style and the study methods that I sort of provide as well. I know that this class sometimes gives students a lot of anxiety, but I am here as a resource to help support them and work through those problems. So I always encourage them to message me, reach out. We can chat one-on-one. If there's any issues or problems that you have, please do the same, because I am an open book and I'm an open door. And I'm just really excited about this semester. And I really, really hope that if you have questions, you can message me and that you enjoy the newsletters that I'm sending out. Thank you so much and have a great day.